nerve is a collection of long axons in the peripheral nervous system. I was telling you guys earlier about my little numbness thing, my myalgia. All right, the cutaneous nerve goes over that way. The lateral branch of the cutaneous nerve goes over to the left part of my thigh. Okay, well, it's a nerve, which means there's lots of axons running in this nerve. Some are sensory, some are motor. They're always mixed up together. So it's a collection of axons in the peripheral nervous system because it's outside the brain and spinal cord. A nerve, however, as you're going to see, is composed of bundles. You'll see the pictures next. Those bundles are called fascicles. You better get used to that word because it's going to pop up again when we talk about muscles. And a nerve, let's say the lateral branch of my cutaneous nerve, it's like a coaxial cable that's got all kinds of mixed signals in it. It contains both sensory axons and motor axons. They're running in different directions. Right? Your body can figure that out. You don't have to worry about it. Right? So nerves contain, for the most part, there are some, as you'll see later, that are segregated one or the other. But for the most part, they carry both types of information. And a nerve is covered with 3 layers. And the next picture will show you what it is. There's a layer called the epineurium. Epi means upon. A layer called the perineurium. And then a layer called the endoneurium. They're actually, believe it or not, I know you guys don't believe in histology very much, but you can actually pretty much tell them apart. They're not that hard to tell apart. So 3 layers cover the nerve. Here's the picture from your book. Okay, so look at this picture with me. Okay, so this big bundle is called a nerve. Right? You can see that it's composed of 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of smaller bundles, which are the nerve fascicles. All right, so let's start on the outside. Okay, look at the picture. So the whole thing's a nerve. Actually, when you look at a nerve in a cat or something like that, what you're really seeing is this connective tissue that covers the whole thing, and it's called the epineurium. And it's usually sort of cream color, kind of whitish in color, but that really has nothing to do with myelin. So here's the epineurium, covers the whole thing. If you look now, the fascicles are microscopic. The nerve you can see. But if you cut it in half expecting to see these little bundles, you won't see them. You need a microscope, right? So the little bundles, where's the little, oh, here they are. The little bundles, the sub-bundles are called fascicles. And they have another covering around them, and that covering is called the perineurium. So epineurium around the outside, the fascicles themselves have a little wrapping, and that's called the perineurium. And then, now we're going to look inside the fascicle. Here's our individual little fibers, right? So, around, and there's the myelin. But even external to the myelin, you've got this covering called the endoneurium, right? So the axons really are pretty well separated from one another in this bundle, right? So here's the endo, there's the myelin, and there's the axon. All right, yeah, all right, hang on. This. All right? This. Let's look at this for a second. You know what this is? That's the axon. Right? You know what this stuff is? This is the myelin. Okay? Myelin sheath. So this stuff has to be this stuff. Right? So here's the endoneurium. Right? Here's the myelin. And there's the axon itself. It looks like that little straw they just pulled out. Right? So this stuff, endoneurium, it's connective tissue. This stuff's the lipoprotein. This is the myelin. And there's the axon. So you can see they are pretty well isolated from one another. Right? There shouldn't be a lot of crosstalk, but sometimes there is. You know, I don't know why, but sometimes there is. So that's the nerve. Oh, low battery. That's okay. All right, here's just another picture. I got this off the internet somewhere. But you can see this is a nerve, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fascicles. They vary in size, right? And you can pretty much, well, you can see the epineurium and the perineurium on here. You can't see the endoneurium, right? But that's one view of it. I got a microscope slide I can show you guys, and it looks similar to that.